Hey everybody, TimDub151 bringing you another Division video. Today I'm going to be taking a look at my defense build because I have a lot of people asking me how am I doing these incursions and these legendary missions with this build, and I decided, you know what, I'm just going to show you guys exactly what I have so you guys can check it out. At the end of the video I'll be attaching a run through of Dragon's Nest so you can see how I use the build, and I'll even do a video talking about some of the other builds that are in that video later on. But for now, let's start right here. So obviously the first thing that I'm doing is I'm running the 6-piece defense build because the 6-piece defense build is crazy strong for PVE. PvP has been okay, but I've mostly been using it in PvE. I run it with the house and the big Alejandro. My house is rolled with vicious and deadly, and I maxed it out on the 23% critical hit chance at the optimization table. Same thing for the big Alejandro's, completely maxed out. It's doing 22% to damage to targets out of cover, and then I have deadly and vicious on it, and then the cover shooter. So those are the guns. The mods I'll show you in a little bit. Let's get over to the build itself with the chest piece. I'm running stamina with health, exotic damage, resiliency, and ammo capacity. People might say, well, why are you doing that and not skill haste? And when I say that, I mean the exotic damage resiliency. And it's because I want to be tanky. I know that the 6-piece makes me tanky already, but if I could not take as much damage from grenades as well, that would be great. So that's why I went with exotic damage resiliency. It's rolled for 1400 stamina, but that's because you need the 9,000 stamina in order to unlock the 6-piece talent, which is, well, not unlock it, but to get the most out of it. After reaching damage threshold from receiving physical or exotic damage, the ballistic shield grants a buff to the player, yada yada yada. The duration of the buff is increased by 2 seconds for every 3,000 stamina the player has. Also on that, when you have 9,000 stamina, the ballistic shield is increased. Health is increased by 200%. So I'll show you the health in a minute. But that's why I've rolled it for stamina. The mod that I'm running on in it are firearm mods, one with health and one with skill power. There's a reason I'm doing it with skill power and not health. It has to do with getting the most out of the health for the shield. But I'll talk about that here in a minute. The mask is another thing rolled for stamina. I have 8% enemy armor damage and 12% damage to elites. Again, I could have skill power there, or health, but I want it to be able to put damage out to NPC, so I put enemy armor damage on it, and then the 12% damage to elites. Next, I have my knee pads. My knee pads are rolled for 1370 stamina, 12,000 skill power, and then 12% damage to elites, disrupt, and blind. And I can roll something else on it. I just haven't decided if I want to just try my luck at maxing out the stamina, or if I want to go ahead and put like burn resistance on it. So I'm kind of just leaving it where it's at for the time being because it's working and I'm happy with it. So I'll just leave it as is for now, and I haven't optimized it either for that reason. Backpack is rolled for stamina, and it has skill power and ammo capacity. It's pretty standard for me to roll it this way almost on all my builds. The only thing I might switch out is health. My gloves, I actually have really nice gloves. I have them rolled for stamina again, and then SMG damage, critical hit chance, and critical hit damage, and I optimize them so I'm getting the most out of these gloves. I actually have a pretty nice set of gloves to go for this build. Then I get here to the holster, and I really haven't touched my holster at all. I'm kind of happy with where it's at. I like the critical hit chance that I have on it at the moment. I could take that off for health, but really my stamina is high enough. I don't need the skill haste. Really the only thing I would probably change out the critical hit chance for is the reload speed, because I will say that the reload speed with the shield build is a little bit lacking, and I'm not too happy with it, but I haven't committed to it yet. If we go back to the mods, I've already talked about the mod here. This mod is a stamina mod because you need one stamina mod typically to get you over that 9,000 threshold. and it has skill power on it. Again, that's to increase the health on my shield. It's the shield has a hard cap of 125 skill power. At that point, the health won't go. Your health won't increase at all. I'm at 118, so I can get a little bit more, but I just haven't pushed it that hard yet. Another firearms mod. My performance mod is a ballistic shield health, pushing that health a little bit further. I would do damage resiliency, but I haven't gotten enough of those mods yet, so I'm still looking for those. On the backpack, another firearm mod with health, and then a ballistic shield health and a damage resiliency mod. You can do health or resiliency, depends on what you're trying to do. For PVE, I would say the health is going to be just as good, and I'll show you in that video what I mean. I might just take you into this video and do a little bit as well. The gloves, there's no mod, and then there's a ballistic shield health mod here. So that's the build. That's how I have it laid out. If we go look at the skills, I'm running a overdose because overdose now applies to my shield instead of to me directly, and I'm happy with that. But if you go over to my shield and you look at the total health on my shield has 2.4 million HP, and I'm not even at the hard cap yet with skill power. So that tells you how much health my shield has from the basic shield, and that's because of the 6-piece plus the fact that I'm using skill power on some of my mods, and I have skill power rolled on some of the in some of the major slots. So that's the build right there. Let me go in and give you an example of what it looks like.
Fire truck. Wow. That's some sick vision right there. Makes me think we haven't heard the last of them. We'll have to keep an eye on the terminal and make sure they don't come back.